My name is Mrs. Beach. I'm the Youth First Social Worker at West Elementary, but today I'm here to talk to all of you. We are going to talk about Why Try. Why Try is a group that we do starting in kindergarten going all the way up to 8th grade. Why Try focuses on resiliency, growth mindset, decision making, and goal making. So some really important things. We are going to go through each lesson together. During the lessons, I would really like to encourage you to pause the video at any time to have conversations with your child or as a family about some of the questions that I may ask. Also, in some of the videos, we will do activities together as I would do them in a group setting. But for some of them, the activities will be linked so that you and your family can do them on your own time. Thank you. Enjoy. Hi guys, and welcome back to your last Why Try lesson. Today's lesson is called You Can See Over the Wall. And this lesson takes all of the previous lessons and puts them together so that we can see how all of these things that we've learned work together to help us be the most successful. Before we get started, let's go over some vocab words. The first word is perspective. Perspective is just how you view things. The next word is big view. Big view, let's think about it like this. If I climb a mountain, my view is way bigger and I can see a lot more out in front of me than it is if I'm standing at the bottom of a mountain. So if we think about that as our goals, if I have a big view, I can see the big picture. I can see how what I'm doing right now affects how I'm going to get to this bigger goal that I've set for myself. The next is limited view. Limited view is if you get stuck staring at that one thing that you're having such a hard time with, and you're having a hard time getting past that, and you're letting that really kind of get to you and affect your self-talk. The next word is options. Options are the choices that you have. The next is dreams. Dreams are those big goals that you have and those things that you want to accomplish in your life. The next is sacrifices. Sacrifices are those things that you have to give up so that you can reach those big goals. And sometimes that's a really hard thing to do. Sometimes we might have to sacrifice going to do something with our friends, or maybe playing a sport, or doing an extracurricular that we enjoy, but it's not part of our dream. So sometimes we have to make sacrifices in some of those other areas so we can really focus on our goal and grow in that area. And the last word is achieve. And achieve means to accomplish something, to do it, to get it done. And when we achieve our goals, it feels so good. So let's look at the graphic to the left here and pay attention to how we have stairs. And you'll see two people, right? You have someone standing under the stairs and someone who's made it to the top of the stairs. I'd like for you to take a second right now and discuss with your family, who do you think has a better view? The person at the top of the stairs, right? They can see a lot more than the person standing under the stairs. So that wall, it symbolizes some things for us, guys. It symbolizes those things that we let get in our way. Maybe it's poor choices. Maybe it's friends that don't make good choices and drag us down, pull us back under. Maybe it's just not being very disciplined and we keep getting distracted. So there are a lot of things that we could put on that wall. So maybe later that's something that you can think about for yourself. What are some things that would be on that wall for you that you think hold you back from having that big view, from reaching your goal? But if you take a look at the stairs, each stair is a lesson that we've done together. So the first stair is the reality ride. So let's take a second and just refresh on that. The reality ride was the roller coaster where, we have two choices. We can get on the roller coaster that's kind of more difficult and it's bumpy, but then it goes smooth and we have our opportunity, freedom, and self-respect. Or we can get on that roller coaster that's fast and easy, but it crashes. And so if we're making good choices, we're going to choose the one that's more difficult, right? Because in the long run, that gets us closer to our goal. So once we've mastered that and we're like, okay, I'm on this other roller coaster. I'm gonna get on the difficult roller coaster. You've made the first stair and that feels good. That's an accomplishment that you should be proud of. The next step is labels. So tearing off those labels that you feel like people have put on you, or maybe that you've put on yourself, that hold you back, that don't fit who you are. Remember, you can always change your labels. It takes hard work. But if you're willing to do that, then you'll have more self-respect and you'll have more confidence to push yourself so that you can reach those big goals that you have. The next step is defense mechanisms. And remember, sometimes I use defense mechanisms and coping skills interchangeably. So defense mechanisms or coping skills are those things that we have learned that protect ourselves or help us cope with some of our big feelings in a healthy way. So we're not hurting ourselves, we're not hurting anybody else, it's not getting us in trouble, but we can communicate and we can tell people how we're feeling and we can get through those feelings in a healthy way. The next step, the fourth step, is the crab in the pot. So this step is about who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding yourself with people who drag you back down and don't want to see you succeed or make fun of your dreams? Or are you putting yourself around people who are lifting you up and helping you be the best version of yourself? So once you've narrowed down who your positive people are, that means that you've made that fourth step. And that's a really hard step to do. But it feels really good when we have a support system who believes in us. The fifth step is hurdles. Hurdles, if you remember, are the things that we have to jump over, the things that get in our way sometimes. So those might be obstacles to you reaching your goal, or they might be, sometimes your hurdles are just your self-doubt, you telling yourself that you're not good enough to achieve that goal. So once we jump those hurdles and we identify the problem and we plug into all the people who can help us, then that means that we've reached our next step, which is desire, time, and effort. That is the maze, if you guys remember seeing that. And desire, time, and effort is important because that means that we've gotten to the point within our goal setting that we have said, this is what I want to do. I've become resilient. I know I can get back up if I trip over my hurdles. I'm going to put in the time and I'm going to give it my best effort. And sometimes you might get lost in that maze, and that's okay because you can always back up and try a different route. Kind of like with the hurdles. If you trip over a hurdle, that's okay. We all trip over a hurdle sometimes. But it's important that you get back up and you keep going. The next is lifting the weight. Do you guys remember seeing the weightlifter? He had one side that was like really buff because it had all this weight in it, and one side that was really skinny and looked kind of weak because he was just lifting a balloon. So once you get to this step, this is focusing on the resistance that you're putting in your life that's going to make you better. What are those things that are difficult, but you know that when you work through them, you are stronger and you are more capable? Those are really important things to have in your life. We can't just turn around and walk away when things get hard, guys. We have to keep pushing, and that's super important. And the last step is plugging in. And plugging in is so important because it helps us identify our support system. And you won't look at anybody and say they did this all on their own. They achieved that huge goal they have all by themselves, because that's not how it works. We all have people that we turn to support us, to tell us positive things when things get hard, to help us solve our problems. Plugging in is crucial to reaching your goals. And then you get to the top and you have this great view because you can see it. You know you have all these resources under you that helped you get up here, and you can see the big view. I don't know about you guys, but I'd much rather be the person standing at the top of the stairs than the person standing under the stairs. If you guys would like to do some more activities around this topic, they'll be linked below. Thank you so much for doing these Why Try lessons for us. I hope that you enjoyed them. I hope that it helped you and your family communicate and have some different conversations that maybe you don't typically have with one another. Thank you so much. Bye. Reality ride, freedom.